Welcome to this daily trivia quiz. The rules of this quiz are very simple. The question will get displayed on the screen. You will be given 60 seconds to respond, and if you respond correctly, then your name will be publicized, and you will be your critical thinking will be working perfectly fine. So let us begin our quiz. The first question today is, in the year 1885, who unveiled the first motorcycle? And the time starts now. Well, friends, humans are very innovative, and they were riding bicycle back in the days, and somebody realized that, look, I can stop pedaling and I can put an engine, which is a latest new invention in the 1800, a petrol engine which is lightweight, and then I can get rid of my pedaling, and the engine will do rest of the work for me. And here I have a motorcycle. So the answer for this question is, it is the Gottlieb Daimler. Gottlieb Daimler is the same guy who's also very popular for the Mercedes, Benz. The Daimler actually later on partnered with Benz, and they created the world-class vehicle known as Mercedes. All right, let's move to the next question quickly. In the year 1917, which country suspends freedom of press, although temporarily, but they suspend in 1917? And the time starts now. Well, as we know that the press freedom is the fourth pillar of our society, fourth pillar of democracy, because if the press is free, then they can report on variety of items which are happening, whether related to government or whether related to incident, and they actually help in creating the public opinion. However, in 1917, there was one country which suspends freedom of press. That means a journalist is not allowed to report freely anything without being censored by the government first. Which was that country? Let's find out. It was the new Lenin government, which evolved after the Bolshevik movement in Russia, and then USSR was born, and this government actually temporarily blocked the press freedom. And Edify Learning, your answer is not correct. It's not USA, it was the USSR, a newly formed nation after 1917, which evolved after the revolution. Okay, let's move to the next question. In 1940, who began serving as the informer for the Los Angeles police of the FBI. His job was to report back information on Hollywood subversives. Very important gentleman who became sort of a spy and informing about the activities which were happening in Hollywood. The time starts now. So in our society, we feel free at some times and we openly discuss issues, but you never know who's actually spying, on you, and who's going to tell the authorities that hey, you are planning this, or you are, saying this such a thing. So you have to be very careful, and the answer to this question will open your eyes. And who was actually spying in Hollywood and informing the FBI? Let's find the answer. It is Walt Disney. Can you even imagine the Walt Disney, who was such a popular name, very senior person, and he's well known. His company Disney is one of the biggest company today. So can you imagine Walt Disney was spying and informing the FBI about the subversive activity going on in Hollywood? All right, let's move to the next question. In the year 1975, which PLO leader addressed United Nations in New York? And the time starts now. Well, there is so much confusion right now in the Palestine, and there is a Palestine liberation movement which is the going on against Israel. But did you know that there was no country like Palestine even 100 years back? This region was actually under the Jordan occupation. Well, it is part of the Jordan, but then later it was sort of annexed by the British forces way back during the First World War. So from where Palestine came, it's a debate that we must have some other day. However, for liberation of Palestine from Israeli occupation, the PLO was formed. It basically was a militant organization when it was created, and they were actually doing armed conflict with Israel. However, later on, under the leadership of Yasser Arafat, PLO was declared as the peaceful group, and they followed the democratic values to fight Israel. And therefore, Yasser Arafat became a humanitarian, started his career as a militia group, but then he became and converted PLO into a humanitarian group, a democratic party. And therefore, he was called in United Nations to give a speech. and therefore the answer to this question is Yasser Arafat. Let's find out who have been able to crack this one. Yes, Edify Learning, your answer is correct. Your answer is absolutely right. Alright, let's move to the next question quickly. In the year 1990, which very popular John Hughes film directed by Chris Columbus and starring Macaulay Culkin premieres? No guesses for this. Answer is very clear and the time starts now. This was a very popular movie. It was a kid movie, but it later on became such popular movie. It became a family movie, and the movie is Home Alone. In the year 1990, Home Alone was released, and that shot Macaulay Culkin as the star. And of course, Edify Learning has been able to give the right answer. Your answer is absolutely right. Home Alone. Let's move on to the next question. In the year 1991, which tennis player ties the record that Chris Evert had created with 157 pro tennis tournament wins? And the time starts now. This tennis player rose later on to a great fame and had beaten all kinds of record in tennis. Let's find the answer. It is Martina Navratilova. She actually crossed previously held records and also created her own, which remains unbeaten till date. So a pro tennis player, amazing feat by Martina Navratilova. Alright, let's move to the next question. In the year 2020, which country banned women from using public parks and funfair events in 2022? And time starts now. Well, any ban on women, any inequality, the answer can be found in the Islamic world, because when they get radicalized, they start taking such decisions. But the year was 2022. Which country did that in 2022? Let's find out. It is the Afghanistan, which acquired control of Afghanistan was Taliban. So Taliban formed the Afghani government, and then they passed the rule of women not allowed to do so many things, including going to parks even, right to study, right to work. All of those rights were taken away from women in Afghanistan, and very unfortunate, but this is our history, and this is very recent. Just last year this happened, 18 months back. And Edify Learning Iran did the same thing in 1980. So the question was 2022, so Iran is not the right answer, unfortunately, Edify Learning, but well tried. So we have come to the end of our quiz today. Join me back tomorrow again, and we will go through the daily trivia. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining live. And Rabba, thanks for subscribing our channel. Meet me tomorrow, same time. Bye for now, and have a nice day.